Hi, people. My name is Vincent, and welcome back to my channel. And in this channel today, we want to look at writing a business plan. And before even I start, I would like to urge you, please support me by subscribing to my channel. You can comment in the comment section so that I can share a document, a sample business plan of what we'll be looking at, and also any other question or if you have any type of business plan that you would like me to take you through, you can also comment there and then I'll link up with you. So let's go into it and look at a business plan. Is a business plan simply is a written document justifying the business and gives a step-by-step explanation of how the business will achieve its goals. A business plan also summarizes the operational and functional financial objectives of a business in details, and also the budget showing how the business will achieve these goals. We can also say a business plan shows a clear picture. It shows a clear picture of what the business is, where it is going, and how the entrepreneur purpose to get there. So you may want to submit this business plan to complete your studies. Maybe for those of you who are doing the diploma and the degree level. Also, you may want to submit a business plan for financial support. So a business plan is a very important tool. Even if you do it in when you're submitting for completion of as a project for your education, you can also take this business plan and go and put it in practical, implementing it the way it is. So it's a very important tool for everyone. But then we have several components of business plan. So when you're talking about the components, we are talking about everything that makes up a business plan. We are talking of first, we are talking of the cover page, we are talking of the executive summary, we are talking of the business description, we are talking of the marketing plan, organization management plan, operational and production plan, and then finally we have financial plan. So these are the main components, and when you're writing a business plan, you should make sure that these components are included in the business plan. So let's look at each one of it. We're talking of cover page. A cover page contains the name of the business, its owner, the nature of the business, the organization of which the business plan is to be presented to. So all these details should be included in the cover page. We'll look at the sample cover page and how it should look like. Then component number two, we are talking about is executive summary. Now, executive summary comes the last part after preparing everything. Then now you come up with an executive summary. It contains a brief summary of the main content of the business plan, and we are saying that it is prepared after the entire plan is written. So this should be the final part after you have written other contents of the business plan. Number three, we are talking about the business description as the component of the business plan. It contains a comprehensive description of the business and where it intends to accomplish. So there are several things that are included in this business description. So one is the name of the business must be included there and its contact, remember that. Number two, vision and mission of the business. Number three, we are looking at it should contain location, form of the form of ownership, major activity of the business, major customers, justification statement, and goals of the business. So those important sections should be included in the business description. So whenever you are writing, make sure that your business description has the business name and its contacts, the vision and mission, location of the business, form of the ownership, major activity of the business, major customers, justification of statements, and the goals of the business. So those are the major components within the business description. Then then number four, we have what we call the marketing plan. In the marketing plan, It outlines the marketing plan outlines specific action the entrepreneur intends to carry out, or you as the owner of the business intend to carry out to attract potential customers. And remember, marketing plan is divided into two. We have what we call research and analysis, then marketing strategy. So those two goes hand in hand. So when you divide them into two, for research and analysis, describe the target market, i.e., who the customers are, the size, and its trends. And also it will look at if there is existing competition. Whereas the marketing strategy describes the method that will be used to market the product, price, the market sales, advertisement, promotion, and the distribution channel that will be used in the in distributing this your product or service if you are dealing with the service. Then number five, we have what you call the organization or the management plan. The organization or management plan. Under this section, we'll be looking at, or it will describe the action that describe the key management personnel required. Their qualification should be included in that, duties, salaries, and remuneration. The organization structure is also defined within this section. It also identifies other employees if needed, their duties, their pay, training needs should be also included. Then we have what we call the support services. The support services should also be described in this section. For instance, the banking services, legal services, management consultant, if there is, should also be included in this section. We are talking about licenses and permits, or regulation affecting the business are also discussed in the organization or the management section or plan. Then we have what we call the operational, that is last but not least, operational plan and production plan. The section describes the process or the activities and requirements involved, the process or the activities and requirement involved in realizing the operational goals of the business and required raw material if any. So if in this section you should be able to describe all those sections within the operational plan. Then finally you have what you call the financial plan. This section outlines the financial needs of the business and sources of raising the finance, and also gives the projection of income and expenditure through statements such as cash flow statement and income statement. So these are the seven major components of a business plan. So whenever you are writing a business plan, you should always make sure that we have this seven section of the business plan. So these are the one that makes up the whole document of a business plan. So the next one, we want to look at the sample business plan. And we say that the first component is the cover page. So how should the cover page looks like? In this section, I'll use a sample business plan in the name cover bakeries is under falls under food. So this is our cover page. You can see there's a name of the business, that is Kaba Bakeries Limited Business Plan. You can see the owner. This is the student who is submitting. So he has just indicated the name. So the name here, we can add the name. So let's just change this one to 2022. Then we can include the name there. So let's just insert another text box so that we can include the name. So in this case, let me use my name. For instance, if my name was Vincent. Change the font size to 20. You see, this is 24, so this should also be 24. Bold 24. Then this is Times New Roman. Then this is centered. But this should also, all this should be in caps. So you just align them and come here, uppercase. So you can see there is the name of the business plan, the name of the owner, the organization, and the purpose of which the business is. So the organization for here, I'm using the Mount Kenya University, which is the organization, and I assume that this is me who is submitting my final project on business plan to complete my bachelor degree. And also it's important that it includes the month and the year. That's why I included there October 2022. So that's how that's how the cover page should look like. So we have what you call the preliminary pages. The preliminary pages consist of the declaration, acknowledgement, dedication, the cover page, there's another content, the table of content. Yes, the table of content. So all this should be included. So we have our declaration, dedication there. We have our declaration, dedication. We have declaration, and declaration. You can see there is supervisor, candidate signature, supervisor signature. Then you can see under dedication, who are you dedicating this to? You can see the information there. I dedicate this business plan to God, my fiance, parents, and my siblings who have been so supportive since I started this work. I sincerely thank them for their support and for creating an enabling environment for me to pursue this course. You see, a very short and clear dedication. Then you have acknowledgement. Who are you acknowledging in this work? Who supported you? So you can see, for instance, it is my sincere pleasure to give my heartfelt appreciation to my God, parents, and especially my fiance who supported me both financially and with wonderful ideas for this business plan. I also extend my thanks to all the lecturers and supervisors, especially. So you can include the person or the lecturer who is in charge of you or who is the supervisor for these constructive suggestions and cooperation in the development and in the final preparation of the business plan. So it's very important to include either one of your lecturer or your supervisor in this acknowledgement section. Okay. So if you have any question, you can just not write them in the comment section. You can comment there. I'll be able to respond to them. Then we go to background information where we have enterprise and its environment, current position, mission statement, conceptual, and assumption. So let's jump into chapter 1 of this chapter. I said that We have executive summary, which I said it will be the last part. It will be the last part after writing everything. You can see it summarizes all what you have, all the components of the business plan, that's description, marketing plan, organization, production, and financial plan. So it summarizes everything. That is after you have written this. Okay. So under preliminary, we still have the table of contents. So let's jump into chapter 1 and see how we can proceed. Having looked at the cover page, the next thing is the document itself, now the chapters. And we start with chapter 1. And you can see how the arrangement of the subtopics or the subchapters looks like. We have chapter 1, business description, the enterprise, and the enterprise name. So we proceed from there. Or sometimes it's not, you can delete all this, the two, but it's good you include them so that you understand the flow of your business plan. So we start with the enterprise name. The name of the business will be Kaba Bakeries, which goes along with what you have in our cover page. So you should always choose a name that is quite related to the either to the people around or to your what you do. So Kabal Bakeries Limited at some point, especially where you want to seek for financial, you might need to justify why you chose the name. That's why I'm saying it's important that you choose a name that is quite related to the products you're offering. Because when you're justifying, then that's why it makes a sense, or it makes sense. So for instance here, the name of the business will be Kaba Bakeries Limited because the business deals in baked wheat products such as bread, buns, shortcakes, wedding cakes, biscuits, and scones. The business will also offer outdoor catering and advisory services to fully exploit the market sector, which has not been attended to and is a new business which is about to be established. Then we said also that is the name. So into the business description, we say it should contain the name. Number two, it should contain the location. You can see under location. Under location, you can see the business is located in Nyagondo Shopping Center, about 30 minutes drive from Siaya town in the Siaya province in Kenya. So you see the location is very precise and have the map to Siaya town. You can see all the information in there to show the location. So you should be able to give a specific location. So we talk of address. A business should contain address, and you can see the address Kaba Bakeries Limited, BO Box, Siaya, telephone. You can see it includes the telephone there. It also have the email. The email is there. So everything that you need. So here maybe I can use Kaba Bakeries at gmail.com. So that is the email. Then we talked of the vision and mission. So mission, I've included only mission and to be the best bakery in the area in terms of product differentiation, customer, and satisfaction. So your mission should always precise, short and precise, and to the point. Type of ownership. Remember we talked of the type of ownership, and the type of ownership is a sole proprietorship. A sole proprietorship meaning that I'm the only one who is owning this business. So I'm the owner and I'm the boss of the business. That's why I'm saying it's a sole proprietor. Sole means one, so it's only me who own the business. So you can see the description I've given under the ownership of the business. For instance, this business is a sole proprietor as the owner of will be the manager and is the one who will be directly in charge of the daily operation of the business. The business is owned by only one individual, that is sole proprietorship, but but I but it will require at least two other people to come in as workers. These workers will be paid daily standard wage, about 250 shillings per day. They will be engaged in different aspects of the business, such as the bagging process of to ensure timely production. Then we have what you call the service description. Just a minute. So the service, then we have what you call the general description of the service. So the business this remember in our description, business description, we need to highlight the major activities of the business. So this is where we are. The major activity of the business. So we are talking of the service that we are offering. The business deals in baked products such as buns, cakes, bread. It is also involved in providing services such as advice to other customers who like the to do the baking in their own homes and those who want to learn how to make nutritious pastries. In this is a vital for purpose of proper nutrition and enjoyment of different baked products that the business will be dealing in. Then classification and types. So as I said initially, the business falls under food industry. So you can see under the classification and types, you can see how I've described this. For instance, let me just show you. The business the business belongs to the food industry because it is about converting flour into food, which is ready-made product for consumption. You see, it is also partly a service industry in the sense of providing advisory, that is consultant services to customers who might want to learn and later open up their own enterprises. Despite all, it is largely food industry because it combines various ingredients to provide healthy food for masses and to satisfy the appetite of its customers. Then we have what we call the unique features. Unique features. So when you're talking about the major activity, you must talk of the activity involved, the features that differentiate this, then the benefit to the customers, and that's why you can see this. All these are listed there. So you can see unique features. One of the unique features of this business is the type of clientele that it will be serving. The clientele will cut across the breadth of the area. It is not geared towards serving a specific type of clientele, but rather all those who would like to access the product. Then we're talking about the benefit to customers. So what are the benefits this business will offer? One, you can see even one of the benefits when you're starting a business is to offer employment and to provide solution. Number two, what is the purpose of that? So you look at things like providing meals. So for this instance, you can see this is the business which will be started in area which has a lot of people who are not gainfully employed. Therefore, it will be a source of employment. So these are some of the whenever you starting a business. So in your description, when you're talking about benefit to customers, one, you should clearly state what is the importance of your business. Number two, does it have the benefit to customer in terms of the product itself? So that's why then you can see even how I relate it to the national goals of the government. So you should be able to justify your business in terms of its unique features, benefit to customers in a very correct and precise way without contradicting yourself. Now we said also the in the business description should also contain justification. So justification, one, we're talking of the need of the service available, then available market. So how do we justify this two section? So for the need of the service, the purpose of starting the business was the vacuum that existed in the market, as the most of the products available in the market presently could not meet the demand by the customer. Therefore, the owner saw that it will be important to bridge the gap in the market by providing service and products that will satisfy the needs of the customers. This will be good for purpose of making profit on the part of the owner, yet at the same time satisfying the needs of these customers. So there was a need for starting this business because there was a market that needed the product. So number two, availability of market. Remember in that we said because of the demand. So there therefore means there was availability of of the market. Bearing in mind that no other individual deals in the type of products. There are various schools, both primary and secondary schools in this area, where we would like to tap customers such as teachers, students, pupils, and workers. You see, so there is that, and that's when you're justifying. You can just focus on the two: the need of the business and the availability of the market to justify your business. So the next one we are looking at, after justification, we have the industry and site. So industry, we have to talk of the size and characteristics. So you can see the size and characteristics. So how is the size of the business and what are the characteristics that describe this type of industry? So the business belongs to the food industry, which is huge industry with regards to customers. It is a huge because all people in the country have to access food, and this the reason why the industry has to be to contend with huge customer base. Okay, so any question, please just comment there. I'll be able to respond. The main characteristic of the business is that it deals with in food and food products, and that the products have to be preserved and kept in good condition. This is because the products are perishable, despite the fact that they are preserved using preservative. They can only last for a certain period of time. So you can see I give the characteristics related to the food industry and how it will be affected. So key characteristics of the food industry dealing in food and products in the sense that they receive raw material and process them and produce food, linking all stages of food chain. So the next one we'll be talking about the industry trends and prospect. Industry trends, what are the trends? What are the new coming things coming in, or what will be new things that are coming in to affect your business? The industry has a vast prospect with regard to growth and expansion of the business venture dealing in the food products. As the population grows, there will be an increase in the market base, and thus the demand for the product will increase with time. Thus, the owner puts this into consideration of having a long-term plan in regards to promotion and advertisement of the enterprise. You see? So trend and prospects. is very, very important to something to focus on. So the product demand, you can see, I've described the product demand, and the product demand, I'll link it to the customer base that is available. So you can see the demand for the product is very high because are very there are very many schools in the area. There are also many customers in the area who will be demanding the product. This will make the business sell more of the product in this area. So we're talking of the enterprise technology. So what is the technology used in regards to food industry? The enterprise is planning to invest in the latest technology with regard to buying proper machines and baking pans, which are in tandem with the current technology in the market. Then we also look at the trends in competition. What are major competitors and what are they doing? So some of the trends in the market include efficiency, where the business has to be in a position to do its production in a way that is fast and have the ability to reach the customers with minimum effort. Another way is to stay up to date with competition. The demand is another trend that has to be taken into consideration. So what are the seasonal factors that will affect your business? We're talking of, yeah, I've used weather condition. So, and these are described the seasonal factors, whether in which this whether in which case can interfere with the business in terms of distribution. Okay, there are also seasons when the sales volume are high and when, so we have what you call the low season and high season, and I've also described all this in this section. So we're talking, then the next part is the entry and growth potential. Entry and growth potential. When you're talking about entry and growth potential, here we are talking the what method or strategies will you use to enter into the market, and what are the strategies will you use to grow your business. So I've talked of the entry strategies, and when you're talking about divers, diversification, we're talking about the growth. So under entry strategies, you can see I've described several entry strategies of how I'll do this. Under growth, I've also described how the business will grow. So entry strategies, the entry of the business into the market will be gradual in sense that that in sense that at first the owner is keeping is the owner is planning for the setting up of the infrastructure, i.e. setting up of the premises, the machine, the sourcing of the raw materials from the supplier. Then there will be a different member of staff who will be employed to carry out initial production and supply of the products. You see? So that's how I enter into the market. Number two, we're talking about the growth and diversification. After initial opening of the business in this town, we are planning to open the same business in towns nearby as a growth strategy, so that we may be able to, man, to manufacture these products in multiple locations. This will enable us to expand our customers base. So short and precise to the point. How will we sustain our business? I've also described how we will sustain our business here. The business will be able to sustain itself because the owner is a good networker, and also because of the fact that the business is located in the area where the owner is known and respected. Therefore, therefore, access to services such as supply and credit facilities will not be problematic, as the owner will be able to get capital for business venture. So you should also be able to demonstrate how you will be able to sustain your business in the long term. We talked of the growth and potential. There is sufficient potential for growth for this. The business location itself is very strategic in the sense that it is situated in the area where with a lot of potential customers who are not very volatile. Another potential for the growth is the fact that the owner of the business is a good networker. So those are strategies that we'll use to grow to grow your business. So once you are done that, up to there, you have finished chapter one of the business plan. So we look at the chapter two, and what is contained in chapter two, we're talking about the marketing plan, which is the second component of the business plan. So we take a short commercial break, a very short commercial break, then we come back and proceed. Okay, just a short commercial break, short commercial break, then so we proceed chapter 2, and chapter 2 I said it consists of the marketing plan, and the marketing plan here we're talking about the target market, classification of your customers, the demand analysis, the market share, the competition. We look at also the competition, the strategies, the pricing, sales and marketing, advertising and promotion strategy, then distribution strategy, which is the final section under this chapter. So let's start with market analysis. Customers and market analysis. So the customers, that is the marketing plan. The customers we are, the customers we are targeting are low income earners and the middle class who compromise. This should be comprises who comprise, yes. This is comprise, yes. Who comprise teachers, doctors. Hence, in the beginning of the venture, we have to bear this in mind. For the students, we are also targeting to provide them with a product that will satisfy their needs, such as buns and shortcakes, which are very popular among the young people. So you describe your market and how each of the products suits the different different customers. Then classification of customers. Classification of customers. The business belong being a sole proprietor targets schools, businesses, and small-scale farmers, which is a diverse group of people. They are from young people, children, students, to the elderly. Hence, the target group spending power is diverse, and most of them come from homes situated just around the shopping center, while some also have small shops situated within these homes. Demand and analysis. Demand analysis is another section that you need to include in chapter 2. Under demand and analysis, we are going to position our enterprise within this shopping center because all the groups of people do their shopping activities primarily within this shopping center. Thus, it will be in a centralized place to enable them access the products and services. Most of the competitors in this market situate their business in their homes. Hence, my advantage will be the proximity to the venture to the areas such as schools, hospitals, and the orphanage. Market share. How much do we own in this market share? So when we're talking about the market share, we are talking about the competition also. We are targeting to share. We are targeting a share of 30% at the beginning of the venture, but we intend to expand about to expand this about 45% in the first 6 months. Our target are mainly the schools and the orphanage in this because they are the one in this area. Then talking of competition, competition. So this 2.2 is competition. Remember 2.1 was the customers. So in this section, we're talking about the competition. There are three major competitors, and they should be clearly stated. Actually, remember this should always be clearly stated in in the competition section. There are three major competitors. Two of these competitors are already doing business of making banks, and the third one makes cakes. The advantage that our enterprise has over this is that so you should list the number of computers within the your area of business and what is the advantage that you have or what differentiates you or what makes you different from this these competitors. So you can see I've listed there 3 points, 4 points why I have advantage over this. One, they are run they are run from homes. Number two, the quality of product and hygiene of the premise is one thing. The target customer at the small, then they are mainly used for subsistence. Hence, most of them are run in a way that the owner target is their daily bread, hence are not long term. So I've represented this in terms of a chart of which clearly shows of which is clearly shows. So for us we are targeting 45%. And you see competitor 1, competitor 2, then competitor 3. So this should be clearly be indicated. So after listing the competitors under this, so we will have 2.21, sorry, 2.2.1. So strategy to encounter the competition. So you can see in our product, we are going to use various ingredients so that we can beat the competition. That's one way. We are also going to offer discount for those. So these are things that you need to list, whether you will offer discounts to your clients, whether you'll offer whichever way that you see it will be of benefit to you over the other your competitor is what you need to put here as the strategy to beat your competitors. So for instance, for me, I've used different ingredients, then offer discounts. Also, we are going to offer consultancy give give our staff the first priority in accessing funds for personal growth. You see, that's how for us, for this cover business, cakes or bakeries will beat their competitors. Then 2.3, we're talking about the pricing strategy. Pricing strategy, pricing strategy, pricing strategy. Here you should talk of the pricing objective, factors affecting pricing, then credit terms. So what are your credit terms? So pricing objectives. Our objective for pricing will be providing product to our customers at affordable prices so that they are satisfied. Number two, making sure that we don't incur losses in the process of determining our prices. Then number three, make sure that our pricing will enable us to sell more products, thus making profit. And you can see how I'm organizing my work. There's title, the subtitles, and all there. They have we have listed them in according to how they flow. So there's a arrangement of content is very clear. Then factors affecting pricing. The pricing strategy for of our products will consider various factors which directly or indirectly affect our business. And some of these factors are the production costs, source of income and purchasing power, then pricing range of our competitors. So those are some of the things that will affect the pricing. Then talking of the credit terms you're talking about if you will give credit to your customers or not, and based on what. So those are some of factors also you need to consider. So factors we will be considering before giving a credit: regularity of the customers, availability of the products, sales volume of the day, then customers' credit worthiness. So those are things. We'll also do the discounts. So discounts will be extended to those customers who buy in bulk and those who are regular to the business, as they have proved sufficiently enough that they are able to keep the business afloat through their regular purchase of business product from the enterprise. Then after the pricing strategy, we are looking at the sales and marketing. So how will we achieve our sales and how will we able to acquire the market? So we're talking of the sales techniques and the marketing techniques. So we start with sales techniques, and you can see sales techniques, sales and marketing is 2.4. I have 2.41 sales technique, 2.42 marketing techniques. Very important. The logic organization of my work. So sales technique, some of the techniques that we are going to employ will be doing the selling from premises, in which case we will be selling from our front desk. This is good for the customers who will want fresh products. Then marketing techniques. So under sales techniques also we have another way we'll be taking the product to the various shops around. You see? Then marketing techniques, following through. So we have to following through, in which case, whichever whenever a customer is looking for certain information or product, we will ensure that we fulfill the needs without fail. Then number two, we will also try to foster a closer relationship with our customers. Number three, we will also be offering guarantees in the long term that we can build confidence between our vendor and customers. Then our packaging will also be in such a way that those who would like to purchase in bulk and the individuals who will be able to get their needs satisfied. Then after sales and marketing, we look at the advertising and promotion, which is also very important in every business. So how will we do this? We look at the advertising strategy, sales promotion, personal selling. Those are three sections that we will be I will be achieving our advertising and promotion strategy. Advertising strategy, that is 2.51. At the growth and expansion stage, apart from the methods, we will introduce flyers and billboards to our advertisement, and maybe gift vouchers. Then at the maturity or consolidated stage, we will use internet and organize a tournament as a means of promoting our business and helping to grow beyond the confine of the geographical area it will be situated. Sales promotion, you can see under sales promotion, we will use the available staff to promote the products by giving free samples to them as they head on. This will allow for people to access the product and thus increasing the inflow of customers to the business. Then personal selling, At the beginning, and this being a venture which starts small, we are going to employ a word of mouth, displaying our products in our premises and offering discount to those customers who buy our products in bulk. You see? Publicity and public relation. So how will we do this this under marketing? This will be effective in the sense that the business owners will network with various people in the area to make sure that the business has a good reputation in the area. A good reputation, just a minute. Yeah, a good reputation in the area. This is important because the perception of the business in the area will have a direct impact on the volume of the sales. So finally, under marketing plan, we should have what you call the distribution strategy. What is the distribution strategy that we will use in this type of business? So we are looking at the channel of distribution and means of distributions. We will look at channels of distribution and the means of distributions. Let's see what else we're looking at. Yeah. So, which is the final stage under marketing plan? So, channels of distribution. What are the ways or what are the means? We're talking about this. What will you use? So, in the beginning, we are planning to allow customers to get used to buying from our premise. This should be from our premises, in which case we don't supply. In which case we won't be supplying products far from our premise. Then means of distribution. As the business grows and expands, we plan to use bicycle to supply these products. This will be this will be in about 2 to 3 months after we will have started working. So we have producer, then the consumer. Then this is transferred to producer, retailer, then consumer. So that marks our end of the first session. We have looked at the two, in fact three. We have looked at the cover page as a component. We have looked at business description as the second component, and we have looked at the marketing plan as the third component of business plan. So this in the next video I'll be looking at we'll be looking at the organization and management plan, the operation and production plan, then we'll look at the financial plan. So please, as I said, I request you please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell so that any video that I produce next, you are the first one to get this video. So any question you have, please just comment there. You can share your email also in case you need me to share this. I'll be able to share. Until next time, bye bye.